Marketing is hard if you don't understand the keys to it. And a lot of you all actually confuse promotion with marketing, and they're not the same thing. So if you want the master keys to marketing and want the abilities to actually ease the consumption of music to your consumers so you can increase your awareness and increase your consumption of your product, then tune into today's episode. First things first, we got to start with the marketplace. This is where everything normally goes wrong and is the most ignored step in the entire marketing process when creatives dig into marketing. So check it out. Selecting the marketplace. The market is simply the platform, store, or venue in which you place your music for consumption. Every platform is a new marketplace. I'll say it again. Every platform is a new marketplace. That means YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Music, Spotify, and record stores for our example here. You get the picture. Each marketplace is a new chance for you to place your product in. Okay, for all the smart ones in the room, you kind of get where I'm going with this. TikTok is different from Instagram. Apple Music is different from Spotify. Once we select the markets, we can then begin to build a marketing plan. We can't build a marketing plan if we're not going to select the markets we're going to enter into. You get what I'm saying? So once we have this down, we can then go into the market and find our audience. Check it out. Inside the marketplace, there is an audience that wants you to consume your music. The key factor that determines the audience is the market itself. For example, if you live in the southern United States, there are crowds that would rather go to Publix, where shopping is a pleasure, rather than Kroger, where it's fresh for everyone, which many would actually beg to differ, and I would too. Or in my case, in your case, even versus Bandcamp would be another argument, okay? Some of my comment section have said even is a little too homeboyish, and Bandcamp is more geared towards those who would make independent music or rock music. I get it. I see where you get the point from. Point is, the marketplace is the first filter of the interest group that is in the market. People who listen on Spotify are a little bit different from people who listen on Apple Music. They have different nuances that make them a little bit different. People who listen on YouTube are way different from people who listen on Spotify. They might be in the same age group, which is where we're going next, but their interests are a little bit different. So once we figure out, okay, these are the marketplaces that we're going to enter, and then, okay, well, all right, inside that marketplace, these are the type of people that are coming in the front door, then we know the behavior of that market. So, and before I get out of here, the example of Kroger versus Publix, when you walk into a Kroger, it's brown on the inside. It's not pleasant. It's not nice. When you walk into a Publix grocery store, this is for my Southeast living people in the United States. When you walk into a Publix grocery store, it's nice on the inside. It's white, it's green. The color schemes are nice. The color scheme in Kroger is green, tan in some locations, and then blue and brown in others. It's like, ugh, what did it do? This is not inviting. Or for those of you all who are on the other side of the United States, like Whole Foods and Natural Grocer is a lot nicer than walking into an Albertsons. You see what I'm saying? It goes like that. So again, for example, for those people who go into the front door of AudioMac and SoundCloud, these are not the same people that are walking into the front door of Spotify or walking into the front door of Bandcamp. You see, so the marketplace is going to determine the set of people in it. Now let's go into the age group. Filter 2 is the age group. People enjoy music at all ages. However, I find that a key factor to determine the age group of your music listeners is a 20-year gap, plus 10 years or minus 10 years of your current age. The reason why is people pay attention to subject matter and intentions heavily in music, and it differs drastically depending on age and maturity. Now, this is not for people who are making music specifically for a certain age group, a certain time period. Right? This is not for y'all. This is just for people who are making music authentically. Immediately, your age group becomes plus 10 years, minus 10 years, with the max point being somewhere in plus 5, minus 5 years of your current age. We can tell by the songs you selected, the way you speak, rap, sing, whatever it is in your music, the way and choices you chose your production. We can tell what it is that you do based on your current age. Now, if you actually do some real market research, which some of you may do it, like I think Hootsuite offers some kind of free tools on their blogs to show you some market reports, you'll find that the median gap of usage on all social media is roughly 25 to 35. That's the highest consumption group right there. And it's just gonna be set across the board. The point is we wanna pull your audience out of that. You know what I mean? So that's why I use my 10-year gap, if you will. Plus 10 years, minus 10 years, with the middle being like 5 plus minus 5, okay? So now we've gotta actually go back into the interest. So we started with the interest group of the people who are coming into the market. Then we found our age. Now we got to get to the nitty gritty on the actual real interest of that age group and the people that came into that market. So the market, then the age, then back to the interest. Okay, check it out. Interest group is the last key to the audience. And this is based from a factor of the feeling your music gives off. Does it eradicate a specific emotional upset or fulfill an emotional desire in a subject matter and style that the listener wants to hear? Does it actually do that? Okay, what is that? What is that emotion that it eradicates? What is that emotional desire that it fulfills? If you can define those emotions combined with the subject matter and style, then now you can finally judge a book by its cover. This is your audience. Because the market that they came into, the age of the people listening, and your interest group now has enough definition to be defined. You can almost see them. This is what they look like. This is what they consume. This is what they drive. This is going to be the average age, all of that, right? These are master keys, all right? I didn't say this was the detail. This is a master key. So you can get into the building. You still got to build this thing out, okay? Now, once we found this audience, we got to tailor fit our stuff to the market. Check it out. Tailor fitting. Once your market and audience has been defined, you can now begin to tailor fit your music and or product for consumption in that marketplace specifically. For example, if you're going to direct to consumer, you may want to include MP3s, AIFFs, waves, and FLAC files included with metadata in your download packs. This is if you're using your website or Bandcamp. All right. Now, another way to look at it would be adjusting your single shot music videos to fit the dimensions of Instagram specifically, instead of leaving it widescreen and just uploading it. This is so you can get maximum usage of the phone screen. This ensures the ultimate maximum satisfaction when consuming the music and the video. The whole point for tailor fitting your music and promotional materials for each marketplace is to increase the ease of consumption. So it doesn't make it hard for the person who just came into the marketplace. They don't know you, by the way, right? So you already have whittled down your audience to the market, then you whittled it down to the age, then you whittled it down to the interest group, and then now you can begin to promote to them with your marketing materials. Your marketing materials are now primed for the market. This is the equivalent of going into a grocery store and getting a box of Frosted Flakes versus going into a convenience store and getting a bowl of Frosted Flakes. Different type of marketing material. Same product, different packaging. Because if your lyrics, if let's say on one platform they don't have lyrics, but then you go to Spotify and they have lyrics. The worst thing to do on Spotify is have your lyrics on Spotify and not have them synced. When they're synced, it makes it fun and easy, and it makes it easy to consume the music even more. And then when someone has lyrics synced on Spotify, it makes me know that they're a bit more professional, and they may have a deal, they may not have a deal, but chances are they care a little bit more, and they went the extra mile to make sure they were synced and not just on the screen so I could scroll and try to find my place in the song. I hate that. So you want to make sure that you use every feature of the market possible for ease of consumption for the consumer. We're marketing, we're not even promoting, we're just marketing. So we need to know the features in the market. We need to know how much maximum space we can get on the shelf, which is our screen size here. If on YouTube, I'm here. If I'm on Shorts, I'm right here in the middle, right? We need to know that. We need to know if we need to adjust our packaging so we can have it in a bowl versus a box. We need to know all of that, okay? The next thing we gotta do is this. We wanna give it some value. Once the audience feels satisfied consuming it, your next goal is to really get them hooked on your stuff. This is where you increase the value at the point of purchase or consumption. Do you offer another option or benefits so the consumer feels great about spending money or time listening? Does your concert offer free well drinks at the venue or a low-cost sponsored beer like Miller Lite or PBR to get people buzzed before the show? Is there technology you can use to make the payments easier to process like Affirm or Afterpay? Are there new marketplaces customers are requesting you to explore? And lastly, is your customer service excellent? Treating your fans with respect and constant engagement when you can offer it. Are you doing that? These are the keys to increasing value. And now we just rinse and repeat the process, okay? So we select the market, people come into the market, we select the audience, we get the interest group right, we get the age group right, we increase the value, we tailor fit it to the market, and then we rinse and repeat while we're planning. This will help us with promotion, but this is not promotion. This is so we can promote effectively. We know what materials we need to promote. You see what I'm saying? You see, value is all about making the consumption or experience even better than it already is. You know what I mean? So it's not just the lyrics itself and doing all the features that the market requests. It's, man, that artwork was really intriguing. Man, I can actually get, if I'm following them on social media, they have, you know, a complimentary, I don't know, such and such that goes along with the project, or I can get access to the community group that they have for a lower price, or it's just something extra, like a bread and butter to go with your dinner, right? It's just a complimentary item. It's like you have your main drink, but then you have a glass of water that comes, or you have a glass of wine, but then you have water also that comes. It's just added things that increase the value, right, of your experience. What can we do as musicians that are marketing our materials to the listener to increase the value in the consumption process, all right? And that's just something that you got to think about. It's something that you got to go through when you're creating your marketing plan. Again, these are the master keys. The plan is built on the master keys, and this is not promotion. Let's keep going. Well, there's got to be more to it, right? These are the keys to marketing, and you won't find any better entry point than these keys. Defining the market using these keys will take you down a rabbit hole. However, it's best not to overwhelm yourself with too many definitions of your base. We're not splitting atoms, we're marketing music. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, again, you're gonna use these keys to make your plan on. But after you make your plan, you're probably gonna ask me this. What about promotion? Promotion is all about increasing the frequency of making listeners aware about you and your music to the point where you're not forgotten for at least a lifetime at a mass scale. Promotion is not marketing, but in short, promotion is following these guidelines, increasing the awareness of your product offering by releasing more content, and in some cases, releasing more songs. Promotion is all about extra, read all about it. That's what promotion is about. And now you got little town criers, that's what you call those people, on every single corner. Instead of just the main corner, you put one 2 blocks down over here, 2 blocks down over there, and now you got a whole bunch of town criers all the way around, it's like it's the 1920s, saying extra, read all about it. You get what I'm saying? And so you're doing it at a mass frequency other than just one platform. I suggest selecting 3 different platforms that you can handle, not necessarily all social media. Doesn't have to always be social media. It could be Instagram plus your email, and that's something we got to talk about for another day, marketing to new customers versus existing customers. You got Instagram and email. You can do that. You got maybe Instagram and YouTube and email. You got maybe Instagram physical and email, or TikTok physical and the record store. And like, you know what I'm saying? It's just take your pick on how you're going to market, but don't overwhelm yourself when you're choosing your markets for the plan. Should we use this for every marketplace? Yes, you should. And there's nothing else to really say to that. Okay, except for the fact that once you begin the plan, you're going to need a business to support all the cash flow that you're going to get because you did it so well. So if you're a music creative or a new music executive who wants to build your record label or publishing company in 60 days or less with a step-by-step foolproof process, then jump into my 60-day record label course beneath this video today. You'll gain the ability to get real funding for your company. On top of that, you won't be able to screw yourself contractually because I'm going to show you how not to do that in the course. And then on top of that, you will keep the middleman out of your pockets using my system. But if you're skeptical about how all this works, please grab my free guide, 10 Major Steps to Increase Your Record Label's Profits. A free split sheet is included with that download and a mini course in there as well beneath this video. But let's talk about your upside here. If you follow all of these steps, not only will your fans double, but your word of mouth will become much easier, and everything else that you're trying to do will become easier, while the money and opportunities increase and pressure mounts. That's the upside right there. Okay. And that's a good upside to have. With that pressure increasing, that causes you to do more things, and you become refined into a better artist, into a better promoter and marketer of your materials. Because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to sell, the team is not going to do the selling for you. They're not going to work nearly as hard as you're going to work yourself, because nobody wants to work with somebody who doesn't want to work hard. And if you're going to apply these keys and the pressure begins to mount, you're winning. Right? But here's the downside. If you follow one of these steps, you will see some increase to what you're doing, but it may fall flat by leaving some steps out of the marketing process. That's simply because these 4 keys have to work together. You have to be cognizant of all 4 of these keys for marketing to actually work for you. You can't miss one, right? And that's what makes the job hard. When people say, I don't understand what's happening. Because you're missing one of these components, right? So that's what'll happen if you use one. It may increase some things, but then some other places may begin to lack, and momentum may seem like, it was increasing for a second and it fell off, because all of the pieces, you have to put all of the pieces together to actually make your promotion work the right way. You see what I'm saying? All right. So if you were a little bit confused about how the marketing process worked separate from the promotional process, so you could bring them back together to really increase your reach and awareness about yourself, you now have the means to do so. Music Money Makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Log on to musicmoneymakeover.com, jump to the 60-day record label course beneath this video, grab the free stuff for all my skeptical viewers out there, smash the like button, book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com if you got questions, and I'll see you next time. Peace.